Welcome to biology class. We will continue with chapter circulatory system. In our previous class, we have learned about importance of circulatory system and components of blood. We have discussed plasma and three types of blood cells, that is red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. Today we will start with our next topic, functions of blood. Blood performs number of important functions for the body. These are: number 1, it helps in carrying oxygen and carbon dioxide between respiratory organs and tissues of the body. It helps in transporting the nutrients and excretory products. It carries the stored food and vitamins to the tissues or organs where they are needed. It helps in transporting the waste products from the tissues to the excretory organs and regulates the water balance. Blood distributes the excess heat to different parts of the body, thus maintaining a constant body temperature. It contains antibodies to fight against the infections in the body. It prevents excessive bleeding in case of accidents or injuries by forming blood clots. And it also carries hormones from the glands to the parts where they are needed for the action. Now students, you would have noticed that when a person is not able to eat properly, doctors put him or her on a drip. Doctors make a channel on his hand through which glucose is injected into the body. So why is glucose injected into his blood? Well, in a normal healthy person who can consume food through the mouth, food gets absorbed in small intestine. The various nutrients in food like proteins, carbohydrates and fats get absorbed in the blood and are transported to different parts of the body. So, blood is a fluid medium which transports various substances like food to different parts of the body. And do you know, students, how does blood flows in our body? Look at this picture. You can notice there are some pipe-like structures in our body which are known as blood vessels, through which blood gets transported from one part of the body to the other. And these vessels form a network in our body. That is why glucose is injected into the pipe-like structures called blood vessels, so that with the help of blood it can reach different parts of the body. So next we are going to discuss blood vessels. Blood vessels are network of tubes through which the blood flows in our body. There are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. They carry oxygenated blood from the heart to different parts of the body except one artery called pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from heart to the lungs. The blood is under high pressure when it is pumped from the heart. So the arteries have thick, elastic and muscular walls which can take the force of the blood pumped from the heart. Arteries lie deep under the skin and hence cannot be seen easily. And the largest artery in the human body is aorta. Veins. Veins carry blood back to the heart from the organs. They carry deoxygenated blood containing carbon dioxide from the organs back to the heart except one vein called pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. They have thin, less elastic and muscular walls as the blood in veins flow smoothly with low pressure. Veins lie superficially under the skin. They appear as greenish blue lines just below the skin of our hands and legs. They have walls that allow the blood to flow in one direction only, that is, only to the heart. Capillaries. Thin blood vessels which are connected to the veins and the arteries are called capillaries. They are extremely thin and help in the exchange of material between blood and the body cells. These are present in all the tissues of the body. but are found more in the metabolically active parts of the body like brain and lungs. Now we will discuss the difference between arteries and veins. Arteries carry blood from the heart to different parts of the body, whereas veins collect blood from different body parts and bring it back to heart. Arteries are thick-walled, strong and elastic, whereas veins are thin-walled and non-elastic. Arteries do not have walls, but veins have. Arteries, except pulmonary artery, carry oxygenated blood, and all veins except pulmonary vein carries deoxygenated blood. In arteries, blood flows with high pressure, and in veins, blood flows with less pressure. Arteries have a narrow lumen, and veins have a wider lumen. Lumen is the inside space of tubular structure such as artery and vein. Blood pressure. When blood flows in the arteries, it exerts a pressure on the wall. This is called blood pressure. The blood pressure of a healthy person is 120 by 80. If the pressure is higher than 140 by 90, then it is called high blood pressure or hypertension. If the pressure is lower than normal, then it is called low blood pressure or hypotension. Blood pressure is measured by an instrument called sphygmomanometer. So students, today we have discussed functions of blood, three types of blood vessels, arteries, veins and capillaries. We have discussed the difference between arteries and veins, and we have also discussed blood pressure. I hope you all have understood and enjoyed today's lesson. Thank you and stay safe.